Hey guys, this is RolloutReviews with RolloutReviews doing another Let's Build, and this time we're going to be opening up another poly bag. This is the Bionicle Accessory Pack. Now, just like the last one, just like the Villain Pack, this seems to be exclusive to certain countries. As far as I know, it's only available in Russia, although the Villain Pack showed up in places like Hungary later on, so I can't be too sure. All I know is that it's probably not going to come stateside any soon, so if you live in the US, you're going to need to import this from places like eBay or Bricklink. When this first showed up, it was like $50, and that is ridiculous, but nowadays, at the time of this recording at least, it's lowered down to around $10 to $15 on Bricklink, which is a little bit more manageable, but arguably still a little bit expensive for what you get, because of course, you know, the last one I think was fully worth it. It came with this awesome little pedestal, an exclusive mask. The hero pack before it came with an exclusive mask and a little poster. This one, you get another Mask of Creation. And of course, if you have Mask Maker versus Skull Grinder, that is nothing new, although I guess it's kind of nice to have an extra. But then you also get this soft goods here. It's a little cape for one of your Toa that has all of the Nuva symbols printed on it, which is kind of cool, but a piece of cloth for, well, $50 was absolutely insane. However, like I said, I thought $15 was worth it enough to take a look at it in a video here. So, let's crack right in and see what we get. Inside, seems like we have a poster here. It's almost matte looking there. Alright, on one side has a little comic, which I think is the same comic on the back of Tahu, I believe, Uniter Tahu. And then there are the quick and simple instructions. Shows off the cape on Tahu's arm there, as well as how to put the Mask of Creation on him, I suppose. And then on the other side we have a full body shot of Tahu with the cape, which is kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put that on my wall, personally. But let's set that off to the side. Take a look at the pieces inside. Yes, simply enough, it is just the Mask of Creation with a few little tiny pieces to attach the cape. So let me open this up here. Make sure we got everything. Yep, the Mask of Creation is no different than before. However, if you do have the Villain Pack, I think it is nice that you can have, you know, an extra Mask of Creation on display alongside, you know, a character like Ikimu or Skull Grinder, who is also wearing the mask. So, yeah, for me, at least, this extra Mask of Creation is definitely welcome. But of course, the new feature in this set, let me get this out of the way, is the cape here. So, let's assemble these pieces. Actually, I think I might want to reference the instructions, the very, very simple instructions, one more time. Not too complex, so let's put this away again and see if we can manage it. Two little robot hands go together here. And then this little rod piece holds them together like that. And then, actually, this is way softer than I was expecting it to be. But anyway, this kind of slides through here and will attach to a CCBS shell like that. But it's actually a very, very cool design. I was expecting it to be a little bit more of a darker tan color, but no, it's quite light, and it's actually quite soft. It's not made out of the same material that like minifigure capes are made out of. Not really even the same material like Lego tents are made out of. It's surprisingly, well, fabric-y, actually. But there you have the design with all the Nuva symbols. You know, you got like Liwa, and Tahu somewhere in there, and Kopaka and Gali, and Pohatu. All of them are there somewhere in there, and it's kind of like a puzzled design where they all fit together like that. So at this point, I'm going to pan the camera up after a quick cut and show this cape on several Bionicle characters. So first things first, let's take a look at it on Tahu, who it seems to be advertised for. And you know, the more I play around with this, the more I'm realizing this is probably the same material Vizon's cape is made out of from 2006, but it sort of just plugs onto his upper arm here, and it looks okay from some angles, but for the most part I feel like it's a little bit far down. It's of course kind of like an arm cape, but I think if you flipped this upside down and it was raised a little bit higher, it would look a whole lot more natural. Of course, you can kind of make it look a little bit better by lifting it up like this. But even then, I'm not sure if he's the best suitor for this cape. Of course, on top of that, you can have him wear the Mask of Creation. And, as if you couldn't put any more gold in this color scheme, if you wanted to know what Tahu looked like with the Mask of Creation, there he is. Now, Gali can wear it on her right arm in a very similar fashion, and even though it's still a little bit low on the bicep, there is something about this that looks a whole lot better than it did on Tahu. And I actually really like the way it looks. Not too many options with Kopaka. I was hoping you could attach it to the upper arm here on top of his shoulder, but that blue pin doesn't accept anything, so no luck there. Really all you can do is attach it to his lower arm, which does look a little bit strange, although I guess you could pretend he's a matador or something, a Kanera fighter. And unless you modify the build a little bit, only a similar thing is possible with Pohatu as well. Now with Onua, you can in fact attach it to his upper shoulder armor, but it doesn't quite look as good as I expected it to. With Liwa, you can attach it to the side of his leg, which sort of makes it drag across the ground. Or you can plug it into one of the exposed axle holes on his back, and it actually works pretty well. And last but not least, here it is on Akimu the Mask Maker. And while surprisingly, I still think Gali wears it best out of the 7, I think it's more thematically appropriate here, because he has all 6 Nuva symbols on his chest, and now he has all 6 Nuva symbols on his cape. Of course, you can attach it to his upper arm like Gali or Tahu, but you can also attach it to his back via this connector here. And it gives him this cool looking side cape from the front, which I do rather like. Of course, this set also comes with an extra Mask of Creation, so if you prefer the way this set looks with the golden mask instead, you now have an extra, so you can display both of your Akimus this way, which is a nice option to have. Personally, up on my shelf, I think I'm gonna go with Akimu wearing the cape and the mask on a separate pedestal, but do whatever works for you. Honestly, I'm not sure if this is essential. Unless the garment somehow shows up in the Journey to 1, it probably isn't. But if you can find it for a price you're comfortable paying, I still think you'll get your money's worth. There are a lot of display choices going on here. So, until next time, this is IX RolloutIX, signing off.